Hello students, in this class of ours we are going to study real numbers, first chapter of mathematics of class 10th, and today's topic will be fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. This means nothing, it is already known to us. However, only it has been put into a statement. So I will read out the statement for you. Every composite number, according to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, every composite number can be expressed as product of its prime. Can be expressed as product of its primes, and this prime factorization of every composite number is unique apart from the order in which the prime factors may occur. The statement may be sounding a bit difficult, but it is nothing. See, thousands of people before you have understood. Undoubtedly, you can understand, and you can understand in a better way than the people before you have understood it. So, I said every composite number. So let me also take a minute or two here just to tell what the composite numbers are. See, we'll not go much into detail, but a composite number is the one which is having its factor as number itself. Say I say x. So a composite number will have x as factor, 1 as factor, and at least one more factor than x and 1. Whereas a prime number, if I say y is prime number, so y will have its factor as y, prime number if it is, and 1. So composite numbers are those numbers which have their factors as one number itself and at least one more factor. It can have many more, but at least one more it should have, other than one and number itself. So that was composite number. Now we said every composite number can be expressed as product of its prime, 2 into 5. See, these are prime factors. Prime factors are those factors which cannot be factorized further. If I write 20 as, I can write 2 into 10. Now I cannot say 2 and 10 are prime factors. But if I write this as 2 and 2 and 5, this 2 to 5 and are undoubtedly prime factors. So this already you were knowing that 20 can be written 2 into 5. So the one part of the statement was like this: every composite number can be expressed as product of its primes. See, these are prime factors. Prime factors are factors, I said, which cannot be factorized further. And this prime factorization was unique. That was another part of the statement. See, if you factorize 20, you can have 5, 2, 2, or you can have 2, 5, 2. So the statement's part was telling that this prime factorization unique, and another part was telling that apart from the order in which they may occur. If you make prime factors of 20, you cannot have other than these three factors. 2 will come, again 2 will come, and 5 will come. Yes, they may be written in different order. So order may change. You can write it as 5 into 2 into 2 or 2 into 5 into 2. Once again I will read out the statement and now you will understand it very nicely. See, it is written that every composite number can be expressed as product of its prime factors, let me say. And this prime factorization is unique. If you make prime factors of 20 today, tomorrow, anywhere, anybody is making prime factors of 20, they will be 2, 2 and 5 only. This cannot be 3 and 7 some other day. It will be 2, 2 and 5. So this is unique. Prime factors of 20 cannot contain any other number than 2, 2 and 5. Yes, the order may change. You can have 20 as 5 into 2 into 2, or you can write 20 as 2 into 5. So only the order of the prime factors can change, but the prime factorization is unique. You cannot have 20's prime factors other than 2, 2 and 5. So the statement of a fundamental theorem of arithmetic was like this: every composite number can be expressed as product of its primes, and the prime factorization is unique. This prime factorization of every number is unique. apart from the order in which these prime factors may occur. We have seen it precisely. So more than this is not required. We have seen fundamental theorem of arithmetic, its definition we have seen. With an example we have seen what is the meaning of unique. We have also seen what is the meaning of the order of the prime factors may change. And now by using this, in the next class we will find out HCF and LCM. By using prime factorization of the numbers, we will find out HCF and LCM of numbers.